that we shouldn't cover their story.
All right, JENELL, thanks.
Well, the Klan won't be the only ones demonstrating in Boonville on October 17th. 3 Native American Indian councils will hold a counter-protest against the Klan that day. The groups will assemble in full tribal dress like what you see here, but they claim they are not looking for a confrontation with the KKK.
A lot of people have said that when the KKK comes to town, that if you just ignore them, it'll go away. Basically, Native Americans have been rolled over for years by the Ku Klux Klan through discrimination and things like this. And it's a point in a time where somebody has to stand up and say enough's enough.
The Native Americans say they will be praying and singing to give people something to look at other than the KKK.
The campus ministry got kicked off campus today. The security head for the University of Southern Indiana removed a preacher and 2 of his followers, saying he feared students would explode into violence. About 200 students and 3 preachers got in a shouting match this afternoon. Gilles runs what he calls the campus ministry. He tours colleges around the U.S. preaching to students. But many USI students say he came here to insult them.
You said that I'm a whore. I'm not a whore. You do not know me to call me a whore. I don't want to ever hear you call me a whore again.
Please.
You don't even know me. You're talking about you got God in you. You need to go to church and find a real God.
Right after their stop at USI, they took their ministry to the University of Evansville. The reception was no warmer there. Gilles says he will travel to Vincennes University tomorrow. Our Caroline Shively spoke with Gilles this afternoon. Most of the students you saw were very angry now. Caroline, does Gilles think that that kind of action is going to actually convert people?
Well, he says for most of them, no, but John Duncan is one of the men who travels the country with him. He met Duncan at the University of Alabama several years ago. Duncan said he was so mad he got up in his face and shook his fist at him. But now he travels the country with him preaching the gospel. Randy?
All right, Caroline, thanks a lot. We'll have more on this tonight at 9.
We're going to take a break from news now and check in on this nice fall weather.
Pretty. Security people had to remove a street preacher from the USI campus today to protect him from increasingly angry students. And Boonville braces for a visit from the Ku Klux Klan. Stories next on Fox 7 First News.
Dedicated. Determined. Dependent. Dedicated. Determined. Dependent. Dedicated. Determined. Dependent.
Everybody's watching around the tractor. Everybody's watching Fox 7.
Working at the shoe factory didn't pay a lot, but Mom and Dad made sure all 7 of us kids had what we needed and taught us the value of hard work and responsibility.
9 o'clock. Time for news. Now, from Fox 7, this is the Tri-State's only live 9 o'clock newscast. Fox 7 First News.
Hell, you are supposed to witness to people. All right, go ahead now.
Student screams turn ugly as a Bible missionary sermon nearly touches off a brawl at 2 Evansville college campuses. Hi, I'm Julie Beatty.
And I'm Randy Moore. That campus minister caused quite a scene today.
We've got the full story in just a moment, but first, the KKK rally is an issue of free speech. The Klan's right to speak and the media's right to report on it. That Klan rally will be in Boonville on October 17th. But students at Boonville High School don't want the Klan or the media to be there that day. Fox 7's JENELL Walton picks up the story from here.
Never make it. You got to turn your life over to Jesus Christ now and let him clean up your life as he did mine.
These Boonville High School students say they don't want to hear anything the Ku Klux Klan has to say.
You can't come by yourself and stand up for yourself. What's the point in coming? Are you afraid?
The current events class started a petition asking the area's newspapers, radio, and TV stations not to cover the rally.
They're using the media to simply promote their views.
I don't know anybody that's going to go, that wants to go to listen to what they have to say. They just want to go to see what's going to happen.
Over 700 of the school's 900 students signed the petition, but at least 7 of the 18 students in this class say they're going out of curiosity.
What
of our competitors has announced it will not cover the Ku Klux Klan rally. Fox 7 will be there with at least 2 reporters on scene. And some of the students say we're giving the Klan exactly what they want: publicity.
I really don't see how it can be newsworthy. Just people in some white clothes saying, hey, we're the way, or whatever.
Some would like to lock the town's doors to keep the Klan out.
We have the right to voice our opinion, so I don't feel it's wrong, but I don't specifically feel that they should be in Boonville.
But some students say they don't care if the KKK wants to use their town to demonstrate. In Boonville, JENELL Walton, Fox 7 First News.
And the students say they're afraid that Boonville will long be associated with the KKK even after the rally is over. Randy?
And another incident today of controversial speech angered students at Evansville's 2 universities. Jim Gilles calls it his campus ministry. But as Fox 7's Caroline Shively reports, the student today called it preaching hate.
Then you are a bold-faced liar.
Brother Jim Gilles doesn't mince words.
Amen, brother!
And neither did these USI students.
He loves everyone. Right. You are going about this the very wrong way.
Gilles and 2 of his followers were at USI today preaching the campus ministry. But the students said the ministers were insulting them. And after a shouting match, students crossed over these barriers.
I pay tuition to go here. He doesn't. Kick him out.
The head of campus security said he was losing control, and that's when he told Gilles to leave. But the students followed.
You're talking about you got God in you. You need to go to church and find the real God.
Can I need one anyway?
Off campus, Gilles talked about his ministry.
My intention was to come to USI and to provoke the students to think about the Bible. And so as you can hear right there, there's people here thinking about hell right now and thinking about the Bible.
But they just told you to burn in hell. Is that a good message?
Well, yeah, they did it in a gesturing type way.
I went out and got mad and got violent and got up my face, put my finger.
John Duncan met Gilles as a student, not here at USI, years ago at the University of Alabama. But now he marches by his side.
Repent or perish, turn or burn, comply or fry, change or char. Receive the Holy Ghost.
Caroline Shively, Fox 7 First News.
And Gilles plans to preach at Vincennes University tomorrow.
Well, it has been a nice night. You can tell fall is right here.
That's right. Here's Fox 7 meteorologist Ron Rhodes.
$1,000. It's time for Fox 7 First Weather with Chief Meteorologist Ron Rhodes.
Well, today was beautiful. Tomorrow will be just as nice. Picture perfect, I think. You want to set the thermometer or a thermostat at the temperature of your choice. It'll probably be right around 71 degrees. That's where we're going to be tomorrow. We're going to have a bit of a wind from the east at around 5 to 15, so if you don't mind the breeze, you're going to like tomorrow. We will see a few clouds, though, start to creep in later on tomorrow night, but not bring any rain, at least not until the weekend. Here's our Weather Wonders question of the day, and it goes out to Janice Beal's class at Spotsville Elementary. Of course, that's in Spotsville, and that is one of our nearly 1,000 weather school classrooms. What is the coldest temperature ever recorded in October in Evansville? Now, tonight is going to be the coldest air of the season, coldest air since early spring. But what is the coldest ever for October? We're not going to threaten this record, by the way, tonight, so don't worry about that. 21, 25, or 29 degrees, one of those is correct. And if you can name the year, in fact, it was done twice in October in this particular year, you can consider yourself a Weather Wonders master, if you can get the year. And I will give you a hint. Most of us, at least here in the studio, most of us here at Fox 7 did not live through this year. So that may give you a little bit of a hint anyway. Hey, let's take a look, before we get to the satellite, let's take a look at the Fox 7 weather window, because we had just a beautiful day for kite flying, and that's exactly what was done at Evansville Day School. These are polyhedron kites, a little bit of trouble getting those off the ground, but once that wind started to pick up from the north at 10 to 15 miles an hour around noon, boy, look at that, flying the good-looking kite there. This is at Evansville Day School, just a nice little project that the students got to get together and build these very colorful kites, and a great day for doing just that. Let's take a look at the satellite picture now. As I put this into motion, clear skies right now. You do see a few clouds starting to move in, but with high pressure, a lot of these clouds are going to be knocked down, so to speak, with that dry descending air. That's high pressure. But there are some rain showers just out to the west. A warm front's going to be moving through on Saturday, and that's going to bring us a chance of rain, I think, Saturday afternoon. Here are those showers, but you can see, even though the cloud line is a little bit farther to the east, the rain doesn't extend much further to the east from Kansas City, so no problems there. Cool front has moved all the way down into Dixie. Look at that, down through central parts of Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, feeling the cooler air. And as the center of high pressure starts to move in, the winds are going to taper off later on tonight as a result. But it also means the core of the colder air is going to be moving in, and it's going to be our coldest night of the season. And really, the next few nights after that are going to be a little bit warmer with the cloud cover. So tonight, close to 40 degrees for an overnight low. As you can see here, tonight's lows, 30s, just not too much farther to the north. I think right around Bloomington, Terre Haute, almost in a line from there, and work your way upstate. We're talking about upper 30s. Could see some frost in northern parts of Indiana tonight. How about that? Called for a high today of 69 degrees. Got a little bit warmer than that, but it's 72 for an afternoon high. Not too bad, and a 3-degree guaranteed winter. Current temperature 68 degrees. It's already dropped off 2 degrees in the past hour. Feels like 65 with a north wind at 8 miles an hour. And here is the best weather number of the day. Relative humidity 37%. I like it down that low. I think a lot of people do. Here's my forecast for tonight. Chilliest night since spring. 43 degrees for an overnight low. Open up the windows this evening. Shut them before you go to bed unless you have 2 comforters. It's going to be that chilly. Northeast wind at around 5 to 10 this evening, but it's going to taper off overnight. It's going to be nearly calm by the time you wake up tomorrow. Then it's going to kick in from the east at around 5 to 15 during the day tomorrow. 71. Plenty of sunshine during the day. Few clouds creep in later on tomorrow night, but still not raining on our Football Friday either. And as my 7-day outlook shows, the temperatures are going to hang out in the 70s for the next 7 days. I thought we were going to see temperatures in the 80s for the Fall Festival. It now looks like, unfortunately, we're going to have enough cloud cover in place to keep the temperature down into the upper 70s. And a rain chance pretty good, too, on Sunday and Monday. So we might start out the Fall Festival on a soggy note. Well, here's our Weather Wonders question. And once again, coldest temperature ever recorded in October in Evansville.
All the way down to 21.
I'm going to agree.
And you guys are absolutely right. Do you know the year?
1921.
That would be good, 21 to 21. It was actually 1952. It was done twice during that month of October. So a pretty impressive, pretty cold month of October back in 52.
Glad we missed that one.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot,
Thanks,
Ron. Well, the Kentucky State Police have their latest weapon to use in the DARE program, and it is far from subtle. This bright yellow Plymouth Prowler was donated to the KSP by Audubon Chrysler. Complete with lights and sirens, the vehicle will be used by officers to drive to various Kentucky schools to spread the message of the dangers of drugs and alcohol. The idea behind the car is to make the officers and their message much more visible, and I think it's going to work.
Good looking hot rod.
Nice and bright.
All right. Airline safety is getting a lot of attention in Washington.
And jet service is up and away at Evansville Regional Airport. We'll explain when Fox 7 News returns.
What is the pan to the one, the only Pizza Hut pan pizza? It's the steel hug that gives each pizza the confidence it needs to be great. It's 360 degrees of constant support for thick crust and tons of toppings. It's an iron wall that captures every aromatic essence of a pizza. The Pizza Hut pan, it's priceless, but the pizza it holds for a short time is unbelievably just $8.99. And that unheard of price, it goes for a Supreme or up to 3 toppings too. Amazing. Pizza Hut, the best pizzas under one roof.
Sit down and strap in. SEC football is coming at you full force. Steve Spurrier is taking his Florida Gators to Tuscaloosa to battle the Crimson Tide. The Gators are relying on a stingy D led by all-SEC linebacker Javon Kurtz. But don't expect Alabama to lay down for anyone. Sean Alexander will try to run over the Gators and help the Tide roll. This one will be a war. You don't want to miss a single play of the SEC on Jefferson Pilot Sports Saturday.
What do you get when you cross a one-night stand with money on the nightstand?
I'm a man of the evening.
A brand new Getting Personal. It's a Wild Thing Friday on Fox.
Now at Rogers, save up to 50% on our entire inventory of stunning earrings. And Rogers will even give you a pair of earrings absolutely free. That's right, it's our semi-annual September clearance sale, and everything must go. You'll save up to 50% on our entire inventory of earrings, and we'll even give you a pair of earrings free. Plus, use our convenient